Hello and welcome back. My sister bought me a rose for being such a wonderful brother, and it was delivered today. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to plant a bare root rose into a pot. When you buy your bare root rose, it'll look a little something like this, and you won't be surprised to see that the roots are in fact bare. The roots are below where I'm holding and they'll be dry and cleared of soil. Above this point will be either a main stem or a handful of branches depending on the type of rose you have. Take note of where the roots start, as this will be where we plant up to in a minute. Bare root roses should be planted when roses are normally dormant, and this is around late winter and early spring. Step 1 is to grab yourself a large pot. The pot needs to be larger than the current spread of the roots, but no larger than the size of the foliage when it's fully grown. If in doubt, go smaller, as you can always move it on later if you need to. This pot already contains some potting soil mixed in with my own compost, so it's good to go. If your pot is empty, part fill it with a shrub, rose and tree potting mix, which you should be able to find at most nurseries or garden centres. If your pot is full like mine, then part empty it. Place the rose into the pot. We want the very bottom of the stem to be at the top of the pot, and for the roots to be fully covered with soil. You can place a stick across the top of the pot to check the levels if this is easier. Before we cover these roots, we want to give the plant a little boost, so sprinkle over a couple of handfuls of fertilizer. I'm using these poultry manure pellets, but most slow release fertilizers would work. Just check that they're suitable for flowering plants. Next, while holding the plant upright and in the centre of the pot, start to cover the roots with the same potting mix you used initially. Continue to fill the rest of the pot. Once you've reached the top of the pot, level and firm down the soil around the plant. This will remove air holes and will add stability for the plant, which will help it to root in. If you have any manure to hand, then you can fill any remaining space with that. It will feed the plant over time and will add lots of beneficial life to the soil. I've run out, so I'm just going to top it up with some of the shrub mix I mentioned earlier. Compost would do the same thing. That's the hard work done, but the most important step is to water this thoroughly. The roots are dry to preserve the plant and to stop it growing, but at this time of the year the soil outside is usually pretty waterlogged with all the rain we get. We need to mimic that and kickstart the plant into coming back to life. Water slowly over time until it starts to seep out of the hole in the bottom of the pot. This can take a few minutes, so just be patient and you don't want to rush this step. Roses like to be in the sun, and I'm working on this bed here, which should be a good spot. I like to put pots in amongst other plants to add some interesting shapes, but put yours where you get to see and smell it often. And that's done. Not so scary, right? I'm sure this rose will feature in upcoming videos, and if you wanted to stay updated with the content on the channel, do subscribe and say hello in the comments. A big thank you to Adam for becoming our latest patron and supporter of the channel. Welcome to the community, and it really does help me make the best videos I can. If you're interested in joining us, there's a link in the description. Here are some other videos which you may be interested in, including one on how to train climbing roses. Thank you all and happy growing.